Ladies, gentlemen, and goblins of all ages, welcome to the Dour Gnome Adventures side quest in space! This is session 3. The sky is falling. I am Dimitri, and I will be your space master tonight. With me are, who is Chick Chick?
I am Chick Chick.
Where is Izef?
Hey.
When is Navasi?
Navasi has left the building.
But you're here now.
Navashi Elvish.
And why is Zamir? Yes, you indeed are. And what we were doing was playing Shards of the Glass Planet Starfinder 2 adventure. Last time, you guys committed gun violence against the large-sized turtle dude, threatened to eat him, but before you could, decided to have a conversation with a previously uncontacted civilization. And in the course of that conversation, figured out that this civilization built a tower network all over their planet to hide themselves, then grafted quantum technology from another civilization onto that to hide even better, and then hid a little too well, and only with the drift crisis destabilizing the fundamental equilibrium that the whole system was in, did things change. However, the way they changed was by destabilizing the glass energy field that was encompassing the entire planet. It's now cracked in places, and it's rapidly disassembling. And together with the Alethi, you guys think that if you punch in the right sequence at enough towers, you can at least stall the process, if not reverse it, or entirely counter it. So, you have chosen, or been tasked with, a trek through the jungle towards another site with another tower, since the survey team you were assisting can activate this one over here. We good?
Do we have...
I think we're missing the part about the drones.
Ah, yes. Well, part of your briefing about the tower network included that the remote towers are generally protected by autonomous repair drones. And these things are supposed to maintain the towers that are difficult to access. And they will most likely see you as an enemy approaching the tower. So you guys are authorized for more gun violence against the repair drones, because they will probably try to do gun violence against you. I'm sure you guys are excited about the gun and or spell violence. That's what you're here for, right? Combat.
Violence.
I do love violence.
Violence in all shapes
right.
and sizes.
So we are going to move to a different map, and let's see. I think I gotta right-click and activate.
New maps usually mean violence.
Yank you over here.
Dimitri, do we have locations for the other towers?
Yes, you are cool. You guys have comlinks, which get you into contact with, well, the Wade Knights. That's basically the only thing your technology is going to pick up here is the communication with the Wade Knights, because they're the ones whose technology is the same as yours, and you were establishing a localized, if not planetary, internet connections. You guys have comlinks. You guys are all in signal chat. You've been able to coordinate it with the Wade Knights, and you've narrowed down the nearest tower you can reach the quickest, because time is kind of the essence since the sky is literally cracking. Like, that's how you guys landed here. Your shuttle flew in from space through one of these cracks in this glass energy shield, and then you snuck to the site where you were. So you're actually under the intact parts of this planetary shield right now. There are paths through the jungle. It's not really clear if these are naturally occurring or if they were used by people who were maintaining the tower network or what. But generally speaking, there's been enough of a overview from not bird's eye, but, well, I mean, this thing was actually transparent. It's just that it's difficult to get the lay of the land when there are giant trees obscuring it. So there's a general idea of where to go and how far to go, and you've got those directions. You're good.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are trekking through the jungle on the way to the side of another tower with its own control panels, which would need to be activated because each tower is connected to its own control panel. And as you can see on this map, the elements will appear familiar. Further to the west and south, you will probably recognize a pair of the Angry Plant and the Berries Plant. You see them where I'm pinging?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. You think that they exist in a symbiosis, but without another turtle dude, you don't think that the Angry Plant will go off again.
Okay.
Because that was part of the combat when he did the shell display and tried to intimidate you guys and suppress some of you. That's when the plant went off. And during your survey, you did figure out that there was some sort of a planetary symbiosis type deal that the tower network tapped into for not just powering it, but existing in harmony with the rest of the planet, at least the life forms on it, the ones that are not necessarily plants, but more like animal type deal. And that made it work, but the grafted on quantum technology didn't exactly integrate at the same level because it was done quickly, it originated from a different civilization, and it just needed to work. So they bolted it on, they used the connection as a power source, and then whoop, everybody is being Schrodingered. But now they're back from outer space. And
Don't do that.
all right.
We'll go on.
I'm done. So as you guys are trekking through the jungle, there is a thunderous noise that seems to be coming from everywhere. And those of you who want to know where from, I would like to roll a perception check.
How quaint.
Why we're rolling dice? That's why we're rolling dice. Hey, look. Hey, Ryan.
Not a 5?
No, you want to know what I rolled?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 17.
You really want to make that the Vercog number, huh?
It's not Vercog. This is the chick number.
All right, the chick number is 17 for a total of?
24.
Okay. Izef, what do you have?
17.
Okay, and Navasi?
I got double deuces. 22.
Okay, Zamir.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, I think the ground looks nice this time of year.
Owls.
I can see Riddleport from here.
And you
Riddle me
I think
this.
you need to touch something real again.
I probably do.
So, those of you with perception checks above a natural 1, notice that through the cloud cover, it appears that a massive crack is either widening or just appearing in the sky above where you are. And not just that, but it seems like chunks of the planetary shield are actually coming down. Now, for the three of you who made perception checks, I've got something special. But before we do that, I'm going to put you guys into initiative, not because you're in combat, but because you are encountering a hazard. So it matters what initiative we go on. I was going to let you use your perception instead of what you just rolled.
That is my perception.
Yeah,
The one you already rolled.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to go in 11, I'm
going
totally
22.
okay. All right. Okay. So we are going to, what do I click? Update participant 2. There we go. Zamir, would you like to keep your natural 1 or roll again?
Yeah, I'm going on a 4, dude.
All right.
Zamir sees the stream, is enamored by the fish.
Chick.
I can see the code.
Would you like your previous roll or to roll again?
no, I'm going with that 24.
24?
4.
Ah, right. 2 was Navasi. 24 is Chick. And Izef, would you like to keep your previous or roll again?
I'll keep it.
Okay, so we'll put you in at 17. Okay, and now what I'm doing here is rolling initiative for this thing.
Uh-huh.
So whatever it does is going to happen on 22. But it does something that starts things off. What it does... Where are you? Well, first of all, I have an image to show you guys. Do you see it?
Yes.
It looks like a shard of a glass planet.
No, that's a little too on the nose.
Not my nose.
Doesn't hit us in the nose.
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we?
Actually, I don't think I have a nose.
Like the Sphinx, it can be blamed on the shards of the glass planet slicing them off.
I think, therefore, I knows.
No, I don't think Chick has a nose. I have antenna.
You could always like make a prosthetic nose for yourself to benefit in society if they're, if they're into that sort of thing. Anyway, last session I believe it was actually you, Matt, who had a question about like, is this shield material or not? And it's kind of both. So it's physically coming down, and it's slicing off. Well, these shards, as they're coming down, they're slicing off chunks of tree branches on the way down. But in addition...
For the record,
yes.
I have put pictures of my prosthetic nose in Discord so everybody has
I knew.
Come on.
Okay.
Sorry, D.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And these things are made out of energy, but they're solidified. So they're actually physically coming down. But the three of you who made the perception check before we started this, not only notice what's going on, but also realize from your guys' examination of the survey site that you can probably make things easier for yourself if you manage to tap into that planetary symbiosis thing. Because if you remember the rocks at the first and second area that the four-armed alien race, I forget his name, but the guy was examining them, and there was a dull and a glowing rock formation. Well, these rock formations were teeming with life, and then the dull one seemed to have been drained of life as if it had been used up like a battery. So hypothetically, you could draw on the whole planetary symbiosis thing to aid you in avoiding this particular hazard. Now, the three of you who are not Zamir, do you happen to have life science lore?
I can say no.
Okay, how about nature or religion?
Yes, I do. I have both.
Okay, you can pick which one to roll. If none of the rest of you are trained in it, I guess you're the only one rolling. Wow, what did you get?
I got a natural 20, clutch as heck.
For a total of?
27.
Okay, so just so you know, you have beat the DC by 10.
Oh, I get a critical success. Dimitri,
yes.
what happens on a success?
Well,
critical crit.
Yes, you're amazing. Basically, while everybody's like trying to figure out what to do about it, you're like, worry not, telepathically. And effectively, you are directing the trees to deflect the falling chunks of energy field, the shards, so that the planet itself protects you. Your guys' DCs have been lowered for what you guys do on your initiative, but also I'm going to let you apply this against the start of the encounter. Okay. So let me get this right. What I need from you guys is okay. Your choice of the following two: acrobatics or athletics. Alternatively, survival if you're trained in it.
This is for everybody, even those of us who are not paying attention.
This is the thing that's happening at the very start. Basically, this is the shard coming down.
I'll go with acrobatics.
Okay, and what did you get there?
Nice. Isif got a 22 on his acrobatics check.
All right.
It doesn't matter what the fuck I rolled, because I rolled a natural 1 and got a 6.
Kind of does matter, but things have been made easier for you thanks to somebody else rolling a good crit as opposed to a bad one.
22? Survival?
Chick making everybody look bad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not comfortable.
What happened? Where's Matt?
He's elsewhere. I am amped.
Are you wearing a Matt suit?
If I was going to wear a person suit, do you think I would choose this one?
Why
or
not?
Stealth to be properly integrated? into human society. All right. So what happens is the shards come down, and for Izef and Chick, you are going to take half of this. Why is it giving me the number for that, but not the number for this?
Silly.
Well, I guess I'm going to take mercy on you guys, because the effect that is in Foundry is less damaging than the effect that is in the PDF. I'm not sure why.
They might have updated the...
No.
Updates to the playtest.
I'm looking at a different thing. It's supposed to have the initial trigger, and then it's supposed to have a routine.
Mm-hmm.
So where is the trigger? Oh, it's much lower. There we go. Okay, so I was actually giving you the wrong numbers, guys. Sorry about that. I'll use those for the round. But right now, I want a basic reflex. Again, my bad. I messed up.
Reflex.
Yes.
How bad can I roll in this one?
Don't ask questions like that.
Sometimes even I surprise myself.
Yeah, saw that coming.
It's more like it.
That's the Matt we know and love.
So, Chick, what is your total?
8.
Okay, this is a failure, but not a critical failure. Izef?
13.
Same. Navasi?
Double that. It's a 26.
Okay, because of Chick's previous success, you're actually getting a critical success on your save. And Zamir?
17.
Okay. Zamir's got a success. So if I understand basic saves correctly, Navasi takes no damage, Zamir takes half damage, and then Izef and Chick take full damage.
Right.
And the damage is 5. 5 is the number of damages you shall receive.
After all that, I still take damage.
And the way this goes is each round, this thing is going to act. It will do a routine on particular initiative. Now, before that, we're going to apply what you guys rolled.
I'm sorry, it's a piece of glass that's stuck in the ground. How is it doing a routine?
So the problem is that it's not just that particular singular energy shard. It's effectively like a trap that keeps going off until a number of successes have been achieved.
Familiar with trap encounters.
So, you guys made saves. Then, in initiative, we have Chick. And Chick got, asking you guys to roll acrobatics, athletics, or survival. Chick got... actually, Chick, I'm going to need you to roll me acrobatics or athletics, because survival, in this case, needs to be trained.
Can he roll that roll over?
Yes.
So just the die roll and then just add his...
Okay, I'll use what you rolled. What is your acrobatics or athletics bonus, whichever is better?
2.
Okay, you succeed. So, if you look at the map, I'm not sure how much you guys can see, but there is a small condition marker on the energy shield shard. And that is effectively how I'm keeping track of how many successes are necessary to, quote-unquote, disable this particular trap. So think of it as a bunch of chunks of this glass energy shield thing are coming down all at once. And once you have, collectively, acquired a certain amount of successes, you have managed to secure yourselves from the danger.
We could just leave?
Yes, that's kind of what the athletics check is. It's outrunning the disaster. Acrobatics is dodge. And the other 3 checks, the life science, nature, and religion, were to aid in these checks. Because is anybody trained in survival? Right. Yes. Okay, so...
We picked the wrong characters for this one.
On your turn, you have succeeded in both establishing the whole we are all connected and then getting yourself out of harm's way. Next after you, we have the energy shield shards. So this is where I ask you guys for another basic reflex.
Gonna wear out my good rolls.
Okay.
Knew that was going to happen.
So the only one who succeeds against this is Izef, and fortunately for you, this is a lot less damaging than the initial strike. 3. 3 is the amount of damage to those of
More
you.
damage than I took the first time, Dimitri. It's not less damaging at all. Meanwhile, I checked yourself.
And Izef takes half of this.
Do we round up or down? I forgot.
Down.
But it'll apply it normally if you just click the button, which it didn't want to do for me, apparently.
Oh, you guys have just been clicking the damage button. I've been updating my ISP, and it's always a gamble if I'm gonna die or actually
accidentally down yourself.
Oh, wait a second. Izef, you are resistant to physical damage?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I knew that the first episode.
This is actually bludgeoning damage. So I don't know if you took the damage previously, but if you took it manually, and if you put it in manually, you're supposed to have 1 more HP than whatever you put in manually.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
All right. So next we have Navasi, and I'm going to let you roll acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. I'm going to go with acrobatics. I got a +5 there.
All right, let's see it.
That's a total of 14.
Fortunately, thanks to Chick's coordination, that is a success.
Holy shit.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Isef. Since no survival, acrobatics or athletics, which is better?
Sorry, I was grabbing. 18 on the die for 25.
That is a critical success.
Nice.
And Zamir,
Yes, sir.
acrobatics or athletics?
Acro. 23.
Congratulations. You have performed the necessary amount of successes for the enemy to be defeated. You have essentially managed to evade the hazard. The acrobatics was dodge, and so all of you have successfully dodged the falling energy shards. Some of you thanks to Chick's direction and the planet's life force shielding you. Great work. Going to end encounter now.
Fabulous.
All right. So I am going to... How do I delete this thing?
Close.
Just highlight the token and delete it?
Yeah.
Bye.
Go.
So the energy field shards are gone. You have successfully dealt with them, and you no longer have to deal with them.
Are they actually physically gone, or are they still there but inert?
Oh, they are embedded in the ground. So if you wanted to walk over and examine them, you could. Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So what skills have you got that you'd like to examine them with?
I got skills.
Do
Do they pay the bills?
Oh,
I don't know if they do pay the bills.
indifferent.
Okay, well, let's see. Well, I don't know what would be pertinent, but how about Arcana? No? Maybe?
Sure. This is Magitech, or at least the result thereof.
Ooh, yes.
23.
Okay, that is a good number. Yes. So this is fairly consistent with everything you've already been told. To be fair, it's not like you landed on this glass dome and looked at it. All your information so far has been pretty much technical. What you managed to glean out of the Alethi or the construction of the towers. So yes, this is basically kind of like a solidified energy shield, and you're not really sure that it's purely magic or even purely tech. You'd think if you had some life sciences...
Ha! Wrong characters!
Nature?
I got that.
All right. Join in. Roll your nature.
Here we go. 20.
Wow. All right. Chick, you are one with everything right now.
I mean, really, it's so true.
That's a second crit on a nature check you've got.
Mm-hmm.
So what you realize is the reason the whole, shield me plants and, tapping into the aura of all living things on the planet, the reason it worked is because the energy shield is actually part of that.
Okay.
If you remember, the tower network was initially integrated into that planetary symbiosis thing. So you essentially basically told the falling shard, hey, by the way, we're also part of the whole sequence thing, right?
Yeah,
And they went, oh, my bad. Let me just weir off a little bit. And you thought it was just, the plants shielding you with their branches. But it was also the shard itself participating in it.
My bro, Mr. Shard, come on. You don't want to.
Sorry, man. Gravity.
Shard, bro.
I can only do so much.
I get that.
You're having a telepathic conversation with the shard right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Is this something we can pick up and take with us, Dimitri?
That was my next question.
No.
Or on that, can we get it? If we can't take it, can we get a sample of it?
Sample, yes, because they've broken down into smaller pieces. But this thing is like embedded in the ground. I've showed you the image of it, right?
Well, we didn't get a scale, so.
Ah, right. Well, I don't either. So let's say it's too big to carry, but if you want the sample, you can get one.
Okay, I would like a sample.
You've got one. Well,
anybody else? Sample.
You've got nature.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You've got physical science, right?
Yes.
So I'll let you roll that to see how well you do with the sample collection.
21.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you've got the sample of the size that you wish. You know what? I'll be generous. And the shape that you wish.
Ooh, it's the shape obviously is like a T-Rex.
Yes. Yes. You managed to find
You carved it as you were picking it up.
Yes. It wasn't initially shaped like a T-Rex, but you made sure it was. Good work.
Excellent.
I'm not going to ask where you've seen a T-Rex because I don't think I want the answer. All right. So are we done with the energy shield shards?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay. So we are going to continue as you guys trek through the jungle towards the location of the tower. And let's see. At this point, I would like you guys to roll me. I don't think there's a stealth on here.
Yeah, there is.
Well, for you guys. See, the hazard actually has stealth because it functions like a trap. But an encounter with a creature would list it in the tactics. And these dudes, they don't really have that kind of tactic. So what happens is, as you are moving along, you hear, let's just make it simple, drone noises.
Yes.
So you are zeroing in on the location of the tower, and you are greeted with various drone noises. They seem to be coming from above you guys. So off to the distance, both west and north. And I'm going to, let's see. And now we are going to be rolling initiative against the drones.
Come on, big roll. Nope, not a big roll.
Somebody rolled well. God, really?
All right, so that's what you're looking at. Anybody want to describe it? No?
It's a ball. It's attachments.
It's a Swiss Army ball drone.
Yes. With little horns.
It's a flying Swiss Army sphere.
Where's the toothpick?
It's got small tank tracks on it. Looks like a saw blade, a laser.
Right, because a sphere clearly needs tank tracks in order to roll through the jungle.
Why does it have treads?
Yeah, I don't know.
Small tank tracks below its lowest appendages.
I mean, it's also that. It looks like it's flying through the air. So why does it have fucking treads in the first place?
Well, to conserve battery power, I don't know. These dudes. See, this is what happens when you let an uncontacted civilization's engineers just work on their own. There's nobody.
They were all sitting around the table like, what would be really cool to add to it? Like, yeah, put that one in.
Like, we got the budget. So anybody got any other features that we want to bolt onto these drones? They might have been designed for other environments.
Can it make tea?
Planet.
Nice Earl Grey.
It looks like it's got like this
Earl Grey.
Hot.
Careful, you got to define hot. It might have a flamethrower.
It definitely has a flamethrower. What do you think that thing with the big glass tube on top of it is?
The tea?
Flamethrower.
No.
All right. So these are wobbly robotic drones with arms bearing various tools that are flying through the jungle towards you guys with hostile intent, as much as you can discern the intent of a spherical flying repair drone. So
You said they were wobbly. Wobbly is the most hostile of adjectives.
Yes, wobbly is clearly dangerous. So you guys have rolled your initiatives, and let's go bottom to the top. Zamir, what'd you get?
8.
Okay, next up.
Twice as good as last time.
Yes, good progress. Yes.
Navasi is sitting at a cool 12.
Okay, that's cool. Above you, directly above you, we have Izef at
13.
All right. And the topmost player character in terms of initiative is...
The man, the insect, the legend. It is Chick at a big old 16.
Right. However, that isn't actually the highest rolled initiative.
No, it's not.
No, it is actually a dude. I have 3 dudes, and I have to pick a dude, and there he is. Okay, there. The wobbly, rolling, flying thing. No. It does somersaults through the air. I don't know. Okay, so it's supposed to have a speed. There it is. And it's actually 30 feet up in the air. And so it has a speed that will let it approach you guys to this degree. And then it is... So the closest target is up front, Navasi. And what does it have? And what is the range here? Okay, it's interesting. That's how far is the range there?
What?
Oh.
That range was. Why?
Beep. Do you really want this sphere to land on the jungle floor and roll at you aggressively?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he won't. Sorry, he's got tactics.
Thanks, Mal.
So, we are going to make an attack roll against Navasi's AC.
Don't like it.
Let me see if I can target you and then make this action. Send it to chat.
Yep, you sent it to chat.
Yeah, but for some reason there is no button here that lets me roll. Essentially what's happening is it directs a torrent of water at you. So that it wasn't tea, it was just water.
You'd make a ranged attack roll.
Yes.
Or would it be a spell attack roll?
No, I think it would just be a ranged attack roll on this one. And I think the damage is just as the hydraulic push, the critical success X.
Right, because it's a roll against the AC, so I guess I'm just doing a Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, me neither. It does have a ranged attack, but you're out of range of the ranged attack. It does have a strike with it, crafting. I don't know.
Because it's a repair drone.
Yeah, that's true. Good call.
You know what? You're correct. It does need crafting in order to repair.
How would you know that, Dimitri?
Not because I'm building a character that can do that or anything. Like, forcing me to read the rules. You're all terrible people. You're all. Well, some of you are terrible, intelligent beings. Not like it has a spells, and then there are no spells in there. There are no spell effects that I could make.
That's just silly.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for. You may go about your business.
Well, these are the abilities of the droids I'm looking for, and I can't find them. That is my business. I would like to move along, but I can't.
Roger.
What's your vector, Victor?
I picked the wrong week to stop drinking tea.
That is definitely true, Dimitri. You definitely
Absolutely true.
100% the wrong.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a ranged strike, which is what they do with their regular weapons.
Okay.
Well, now, what is your armor class?
About 10 less than that.
I mean, it says it right there.
Oh,
at 60.
that's not great.
Is that
That's a critical hit.
Oh my! Wow. Okay, so hydraulic push on a critical success deals 6d6 bludgeoning damage and 6 dice.
Bye, Navasi.
It was nice playing this game with you.
Fucking good. You deserve it, Brian.
So I'm just gonna
Down 2-1.
But for those of you that do not know the history of our games, Ryan has I'm going to use this word advisedly, murdered at least 3 of Mark's characters. And I use at least because I think I may be missing 1 or 2.
Well, those of you who have been listening to our podcasts have been there for at least 1.
Yeah.
But others have happened off screen for you, but definitely on screen for the rest of us.
Hey, Ryan lost characters in Curse too, so let's keep full tally.
All right. Right now, you are taking that, which is the total of 18.
Yep.
I've rolled those 6 dice.
We're going to have to employ the death and dying rules.
Oh, wow.
You are actually at 0?
I am at 0. And because of
level
that
1.
was a critical success, I go to dying 2.
Wow.
I mean,
also, you're over here.
Did you have to move that while I was trying to put the dying condition on?
Yes, I did.
That's good.
Okay. Fortunately, that repair drone is done.
Thank goodness.
Oh, I forgot to begin encounter.
Sprayed Ryan with a riot hose.
Toot riot.
I kind of forgot to begin encounter. I forgot to click that. You're
At least you unpaused the game.
definitely an encounter now. So this is what we learn about taking point. Don't.
Oh, he took 18 points.
Exactly. If you take point, you take points.
Move me up in initiative to before that drone.
Yes, my bad. Let's see. Drag you?
Yeah, you can just drag it up.
There we go. Okay. Chick, you are next in initiative. You just watched this thing fly in from the north, a little bit northeast, and open up a jet of water directly at Navasi, which not only nailed Navasi to the ground, but also dragged Navasi's now body 10 feet diagonally away from this thing.
Okay, so we have a plan.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you'd like
I have a plan to keep our friend alive. I have what is called a vitality network.
Mm-hmm. And what does that mean?
Okay. It is a mystic ability. It says your soul supports a network of magical energy that connects and heals those in your bond. Your vitality network has a maximum capacity equal to 6 + 4 hit points per mystic level. You gain the transfer vitality action that you could use to take points out of your network and into yourself or your allies as healing. At the start of each turn in combat, when I regain actions, my vitality network regains 4 hit points. So what I am going to do is I'm going to transfer. I'm going to use the transfer vitality action to transfer some health. Now I'm looking at where are my actions. Okay, there it is. I'm going to use the transfer vitality action, which does not actually have health. It doesn't have the ability for. But what I'm going to do is, I have a bond with everybody in the party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I know exactly how much. That's one thing I am looking for. I think I just know if they are dead or dying. Give me 1 second, because this is the first time I'm doing this.
That's cool. It's the first time I'm doing it from this side either.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know. Unconscious, dying, or dead. So, Dimitri, what do I know about our friend Navasi right now? Are they unconscious or are they dying?
Slightly more dying than usual.
Understood. Okay. Do I know how dying, or does it not even matter?
I don't think it gives you a value.
Neither.
So dead is gone. Navasi's not gone, but dying means gotta act now at 0 HP.
Okay, I transfer 8 hit points to Navasi.
Okay, Navasi,
That is,
got.
All right. Well, I should lose the dying condition.
That is one action for me.
And gain the wounded condition.
Okay, but you're currently still prone on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And concealed in the shadow, apparently.
Oh yes, you are in dim light. You are concealed. Therefore, anybody targeting you would have to make a DC-5 flat check. And in theory, when you get actions, you can hide in this dim light. And it looks like the dim light... So it's actually a 10-foot emanation that's centered on you, isn't it?
On me?
It says.
Yes, so it's a form of magical darkness. You specifically are concealed while in this dim light.
Nice.
So let's put a template. Where are the templates located here? Like if I wanted to put a 10-foot emanation on the ground.
I got it. I'll put one on.
Okay, good.
I am impressed that every single one of my spells that affect somebody else has a 30-foot range. So what I guess I'm gonna do is I will cast guidance on Isef. So can I do that? I can't create the item. Okay. But yeah, Mark, you should have a +1 status bonus to one attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check before the beginning of my next turn. That's 2 actions.
I could, however, drag the spell effect guidance onto Isef.
I understand. I tried that. It won't let me.
Probably because of GM privileges or something?
I'm sure. And I'm going to use my last action to transfer 2 points of vitality to myself.
Okay.
It's the end of my turn.
All right. Next, we have another repair drone that is going to approach from ahead of you guys to the west, if we decided that that's west. That's 25 feet, which would be 1 action for it to fly. I don't know. Are we picking on Ryan today?
Sure, why not?
Okay, awesome. So the drone flies forward, and considering that Ryan's character, Navasi, is the closest one, attempts to take a pot shot. However, specifically you are currently concealed. So first, I need to roll a DC-5, which I make. Second, I need to make a ranged strike against you with an integrated pistol. How does a 14 sound against your armor class?
Misses.
That is going to hit
Prone.
because I'm prone.
Wait, does prone apply against ranged attacks differently?
No. I don't think
What?
so.
Does it really just... well, let's see.
Down, you're off guard and take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls. The only move actions you can take are crawl, stand up, cover.
It's the off guard. Off guard lowers your AC.
Yep.
So it's an automatic minus to your armor class, regardless of...
So, yeah, the only thing is you can take cover while you're prone, and you get greater cover against ranged attacks, but it still requires an action.
Okay, so because you haven't acted, this thing connects, and the damage you are receiving is 4 fire. Do you have any resistance to fire?
No, I don't have any resistance.
You have been lasered.
I have been lasered. Okay.
And then there will be another attempt. But this is lower than a DC-5. So the second goes to the side, somewhere into the shadow that isn't you. We
rolled that as Navasi, but it's not important.
Well, because I had Navasi selected. It's because I wanted to read the prone condition. Right. I'm the GM. I'm supposed to be clicking at the things that... Okay, point is, I failed. It is now Isef's turn.
Can you remind me, is this brush just to the north? And do I have any issue traversing it?
It's jungle, but you don't really have a problem walking through it. So, like, the trees, for example, like this, right in the center of the map, you can't see through it, so you got to walk around it. But generally speaking, the jungle isn't so harsh that you can't just walk. If we're talking about like crossing the river across a makeshift bridge or maybe climbing up that ledge up there in the north, that I would count as difficult terrain. or coming down these terraces down in the south. But I do want to point out that these things are 30 feet up. I'm just going to ignore the vertical, unless you try to stab him in melee or something.
Okay, cool.
Melee.
I'm going to move my first range increment, and very specifically, I am using a feat I have called Mobile Aim, which allows me to both move as well as use the aim action there within, and I will attempt to shoot at the one directly to my west.
All right, cool. That's the one that just fired on Navasi with fire, as opposed to water.
And I do have guidance, so should I add +1, or did it get added for me? No, I can trigger it here.
When you roll it, I think you get a menu pop-up that lets you check it.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Natty 20.
Oh, wow. Well, let's see how much damage this is.
Oh, dear.
All right. So it is going to be damage plus an additional 1d4 precision damage for...
Oh, God. Well, it's fair. I did bring down one of you.
Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Take your time. I'm a dead drone flying.
Are you, though?
Oh, very. That's a crit.
Ew. Okay, so it'd be 5 damage. It didn't add the modifier. Oh, I'm sorry. It should be a 1d4. So let me. Okay, so 5 points of damage.
So 1 damage is from the
actual attack.
That gets doubled.
Right.
Right. So the 1 gets doubled to 2, and the 4 is precision damage that doesn't get multiplied.
Correct.
So this was an incredibly well placed, fully on target shot. But the drone is not yet disabled.
All right. Well, I still get a second shot, so let's do that.
That you do. Yes.
It's an 18 on the die for 22 to hit.
Mark is rolling some fucking rocks.
Okay. The 22 also connects.
5 points of damage.
Do you do precision as well?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter. Because these things, despite being mechanical, do not actually have a hardness. So the entirety of your damage goes through. And if you had rolled anything but a 1 on that crit, it would have been destroyed immediately. Okay, now where are the condition icons? Is that in the assigned visual effects? There we
Sorry,
go.
did you say so with the second one it was destroyed?
That's correct. You destroyed it with a second shot. If you had rolled a 2, because of the doubling, it would have been destroyed with the first shot. But on a 1, you just managed to survive. Is that the end of your turn, though?
It is.
Okay, you should click that guidance off of you, though, because I think it applies to only a single attack.
Yes.
All right. So next we have... Did I accidentally kill the... Oh, I see. I was trying to edit their hit points. I was editing their hit points in the wrong spot. So it applied it to every creature on the map. That's not right.
Yay!
I was supposed... No.
They all die.
Look, just because I'm not a very good GM, okay?
That's not true.
No, but no one here said that.
It's just the technology challenges you.
I'm glad that you don't count me as someone.
Dimitri, you're a Luddite.
That is true, actually. Technology does on occasionally hate me. So, I don't know who started it, but a lot of online resources that work for you guys in prepping for whether it's Pathfinder or Starfinder just really don't like me. I pick the one option that is there in the core book, and the resource goes, "What do you mean? What are you talking about? Here." Yes, I get gaslit by programs. So let's see. Where are we right now, and how far do we need to go? So the drone that probably wasn't visible to you guys because it was started all the way in the northwest corner is approaching. And I think the only one of you who actually has sight to it is probably, well, no.
Navasi should be able to see it.
It popped up on the map.
Yes. I just didn't know how many of you can see through the tree in the center of the map.
Well, Foundry seems to think that we can see it.
You're welcome. It's fine. However, both of you are still a little too far, and because it has a range increment, so it will fire at Isef, but with a penalty. So we're going to go with a ranged strike. What is your AC normally?
2.
You?
Oh, 18.
Okay. Even with the penalty, which I believe is a -2 for each range increment,
Yep.
it still manages to connect. Okay. And let's find out if you are resistant to fire.
I'm not.
Okay, then you take the entirety of those 3 hit points.
I take like
And
30
that-
points in one round, and
It was 18, unless you're counting the other 8 in the positive direction. Well, then you took some fire, yes.
Yeah.
Zamir, what would
That's me.
you like to do with your actions this turn?
Oh. Well, like I said, Foundry seems to think that I can see this one around the tree.
Okay, I'll say there's cover.
Well, luckily, Force Barrage don't give a fuck. So, I'm gonna do all 3 actions.
Oh wow! Just
But I think,
unload completely.
well, the one on the other side of the tree can have 1, and the other one that's more directly in my face can have 2.
Oh, you want to split them? All right,
I
go
do.
ahead. I would appreciate if you rolled them separately and told me which one happens first.
So the 2 for the one, the little north bowl.
Right, the one that watered
Of course,
Navasi.
Yep, there you go.
That is a. Did you max out?
Yeah. Yes, I did. 10 points of damage to the little force ball. Nice.
Yeah. Now I put it in the right place, and Foundry will kill it for you. Enjoy.
And then the other one on the other side of the tree can have 5. Okay, apparently I'm rolling great on D4s.
Okay, so that's a total of 5 points of damage.
Rolled
minus
5 on a D4.
Well, it's plus 1.
Yeah, but yes,
But I rolled 3 4s on 3D4.
good work. However, that's all 3 of your actions, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So I am done.
So-
No, Navasi can go now.
Yes. Amazingly, Navasi, you get to go.
in round 2, finally, yeah.
That's what happens when you die the first round, Ryan. That was just a bad strategy.
She got better.
All right. Navasi coughs up water.
Actually, I think I've made you tea because first I watered you, then I set you on fire.
Yes.
So you are currently tea.
Hasn't had enough time to steep.
Looks around, picks up her weapon, stands up, and
Remember to remove prone.
yeah, and fires a single shot at the last remaining drone.
Okay, let's see it.
That's a
And
15.
that connects. Give me your damage.
Maj. I didn't even get a chance to use get him. 4
You
points.
could have. You cough up some. Get him, guys. Would have been kind of awesome.
All right, so you have dealt 4 damage to the drone that was already damaged, and
Hey.
you see what happened?
Look at that.
Congratulations. You have managed to destroy You have managed to take out flying and hostile repair drones. Good work.
Let's gather them into a pile because they can be fixed and reprogrammed.
I was actually about to say something similar.
Sure, but you don't really have the time for that because you're supposed to be at a tower where you're supposed to punch in a sequence.
It's not going anywhere, Dimitri.
Remember that? Well, it's not, but the synchronization thing, that's kind of important. Because right now the Waden Knights are also trying to get to other towers around the planet. And once you're in the position, you can punch in the sequence to hopefully stabilize the planetary shield so it doesn't come down at people.
Fine voice in my head.
Not Chick this time, it's GM telepathy. So you guys proceed to the tower. And once you are at tower, you coordinate with the Waden Knights to punch in the proper sequence to make sure that the stabilization pulse is sent to the planetary shield. Now, obviously, it's still damaged. It doesn't just automatically put the chunks of it that fell off back up. But it's stabilized for now, at least, in the way that's not going to cause any more major damage. This also prevents any of the Alethi Alliance cities on the planet from further destruction and any of their citizens from dying in said destruction. Thanks to your actions, the Waden Knights will have time to communicate with these people and explore the planet. The Alethi Alliance will be able to hopefully stabilize this technology without turning everybody into Schrodinger's experiment again. And hopefully, everything will be good from this point forward because, this is Starfinder. Nothing bad ever happens. So what happens?
Somebody needs to ask Navasi about that.
I was about to say, Navasi got squirted into next Thursday.
But you brought Navasi back, so it's fine. Well, then Navasi got set on fire, but again, didn't die. So it all evens out.
She got better.
Right.
That still doesn't negate the bad happening.
Well, all right. So you guys do still need to get to Absalom Station, as was your initial contract. But the Stylus of Destiny is actually going to stick around the planet. However, it's not the only Wade the Night ship that's around the planet now. So what they're going to do is they're going to send at least one ship to Absalom Station because, this is the kind of discovery that you really want to notify other people about. They are probably experts, if not businesses or religions, but at least people who study this kind of thing, linguists, if nobody else, who would love the opportunity to study this particular planet, which literally has not been contacted in all of recorded history, thanks to the Gap wiping out a chunk of it. And these people's technology is also unique to them, so it's going to be a challenge integrating it. You don't exactly get a chance to introduce a civilization to the galactic society at large every single day. This is, pretty unprecedented. So there's going to be Wade Knights who want to stick around and explore the planet. If any of you want to stick around and explore the planet, they will offer you the same opportunity. This is a chance to leave your character behind and switch to a different one when we play Starfinder again.
You mean all the characters that specifically don't have the skills for this planet?
Yes, those characters. Okay, all right. So then the other option is to board a smaller ship that's going to go to Absalom Station, and all four of you can have passage on it. And thanks to your services, you're not expected to do security.
Hey.
You're actually passengers this time around.
Also, there are 5 of us. The little T-Rex is coming with us, okay?
The T-Rex is your evidence, loot, whatever you want to call it.
His name is Lawrence.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Does he go by Larry or Lawrence?
He's Mr. T-Rex.
Oh.
To you.
Oh, God.
Lawrence of the Glass Planet.
Mr. T's real name is Lawrence Thoreau.
Yes, it is.
All right. So you're bringing Mr. T with you.
T-Rex.
Get
it right.
My apologies. I did not mean to imply. I forgot about your royal pedigree. Mr. T-Rex. So you guys board a smaller ship, and you're going to jet off to Absalom Station. Now, there is a little bit of commotion pretty much everywhere, because so many things need to be done all at once. So you get a shuttle, you get to the Stylus of Destiny, you get to your quarters to pick up anything that you weren't carrying, then you get to a different shuttle to ferry you over to a different ship, then you settle in on that ship, then that ship departs. Once they make sure that everybody who needs to leave, leaves, and needs to stay, stays. Because, other Wade Knights are like, yes, absolutely, I've been waiting for so many years to do this thing. Yes, this is for me, I'm not leaving. So they had to pick somebody who is going to Absalom Station, and you're going with them.
Is Acolyte Amber going to?
Buddy, you should ask Navasi. In the commotion of getting your things and moving them to a different ship, you specifically turn around the corner and you come face to face with Acolyte Amber. And she goes, Bestie, listen, sorry about the whole blindsiding you with the descent thing, but I had so many things to take care of. However, I'm making it up to you. That turtle dude that you guys shot up on the planet's surface, I'm making sure that it's getting transported to Absalom Station with you guys. By the way, telling everybody you're going to eat it, perfect cover. Just make sure that it's in the waste compartment after it's been jettisoned, and my people will take care of the rest. All right?
Okay.
Also,
you're very excited about this.
Also, I got you a gig. All I need you to do is to go into a bar. I've marked it in your comms. Don't worry about it. It's already there. Go into this bar and ask for Yul Kazama. it's going to be like a big burly Vesk dude. Well, all of them are, but it's going to be a Vesk dude. And this dude is going to have a job offer for you. I don't know what it is. You don't have to take it, but just go in there and listen because, I know you're looking for this kind of thing, and he is the guy who can get you in, right? We cool?
Okay, we got that.
All right. So you have some lures, don't you?
Absalom Station and forget the other one. Underworld. Yeah.
You can roll both of them right now.
Okay. They're actually coming into use? The hell?
Would Infosphere lore be beneficial at all now that we're actually...
Probably, but this is a one-on-one encounter with Navasi.
Gotcha.
Is this apologies for killing you?
Oh, a 13 on the Absalom lore and a 20 on the Underworld lore.
So with the 13 on the Absalom Station lore, you don't actually know who Yul Kazama is. You don't really know what this bar is, but the place is huge. There's tons of hole-in-the-wall bars, eateries, whatever. You don't really even know what district it's in because she just mentioned you've got the details in your comlink. So once she walks away, maybe you can look it up, and then Infosphere lore would come into play because you'd be like, hey, how do I properly Google seedy hole-in-the-wall bars? But with the Underworld lore, you understand that what she's actually telling you is that you're supposed to smuggle the turtle dude into Absalom Station, and then it's going to go
to Yul Kazama
and get sold. No. That's a separate thing.
Okay.
Like, she's telling you to make sure, like, you've told everybody that you guys are going to eat this dude.
It's funny that she thinks that we're lying.
She thinks you guys were saying that in front of the survey team as a cover, that you're going to eat it. And then everybody's going to think you ate it. But you're actually going to have a specimen to smuggle into Absalom Station and sell to the highest bidder.
I mean, we could do both.
I'm just saying...
Tonight we dine on turtle soup.
I'm saying that this is the offer that you get, that she's giving you without explicitly telling you that this is what she does and this is what's going to happen. Now,
Chummer, this feels very Shadowrun. I don't like it.
Oh my, chill.
Navasi just gives her a wink and a nod.
We're super green, yeah? So, you go your own separate ways. Her, one direction down this hallway. You, the other. And eventually you guys all meet up on the shuttle and jet off to Absalom Station to maybe be seen again if we play Starfinder together with these characters another time. But for now...
Never to be seen again.
Most likely outcome. But for now, we are done. And thank you for joining me for Starfinder playtest scenario. Shards of the Glass?
Yeah, the grass planet.
Well, there's
Glass
grass in the jungle. Yes.
Glassy grass.
Some of you get grass, some of you get glassed.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Flip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.